All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. I've got a couple of interesting stories for you guys today. The first story, it appears that the rivalry between Blessing Awodibu and Nick Walker, at least on social media, has come to an end. There's been a lot of back and forth between Blessing and Nick. I'm sure you guys have seen it by now. Mostly, I think Blessing was coming a little bit harder than Nick was, but Nick recently put up a post on his Instagram saying essentially he's done with it. So let me roll that clip for you guys right here.
All right, guys, so I just want to address this Blessing and Nick situation just real quick. It was fun while it lasted, but I'm a pro bodybuilder. I hold myself and my sponsors to a much higher standard than this. So from here on out, you will not hear anything come out of my mouth about Blessing anymore. I'm literally just going to let my work, and when it comes down to it, show day, do the talking. And everyone, including him, will see the difference between what a real bodybuilder looks like and an Instagram bodybuilder looks like. And then he'll realize that he should probably just stick to his funny, comedy videos that he makes. And also to my supporters who are loyal and stick by me and always got my back, y'all are real MVPs.
So I thought this was an interesting decision by Nick. I think it was respectable for him to say he's going to let his physique do the talking, and we're going to see what happens in 13 weeks at the New York Pro. He also posted this physique update where you can see how he's looking. I think the size of his legs is definitely going to be something that gives Blessing a little bit of trouble, and I think Blessing, like I've said before, his back is going to be something that gives Nick a little bit of trouble. But if I'm being honest, I really didn't see, maybe I missed something, but from what I saw, I really didn't see either of them really pushing the limit or saying anything that was crazy disrespectful. Mostly what I saw was just kind of a friendly banter back and forth. I didn't really see anything super personal or anything super disrespectful. From what I saw, it was just some social media banter and what I thought was just a friendly bodybuilding rivalry, but maybe something was said that was, a little bit crossing the line. I don't know. I didn't really see anything that I thought was crossing the line. Blessing commented this post as well from Nick, and he said, "Y'all are the reason why our beautiful sport of bodybuilding is so boring. Soft assman. New York Pro is going to be the most exciting show of the year. The Rubik's Cube will be solved." So I guess one of the insults that Blessing had for Nick was calling him a Rubik's Cube because he's blocky, or people say that his physique is a little bit blocky. And I don't know. Honestly, I kind of agree with both guys. I think Nick is making a good move, not making it, keeping it classy and not making it super disrespectful, not crossing any lines. On the other hand, I got to agree that bodybuilding objectively becomes boring when there's nothing exciting happening in terms of rivalries. I think, at the end of the day, if you're just looking at a show where a bunch of guys are flexing on stage, there's no drama, there's no rivalry, there's nothing, there's no storylines, there's no speculation. Without all that, bodybuilding does objectively become kind of a boring thing to watch if you don't have any stake in it, if you don't have any horse in the race, you have nothing that you're looking forward to. Like now, the New York Pro, we're looking forward to seeing Nick and Blessing on stage because of the banter, and that makes that show more exciting. So if at the end of the day, nobody crosses the line and the net outcome is a more exciting show, then I say no harm, no foul, and, keep the banter coming. I mean, just think about the reasons why you watched the Olympia the past couple of years. You wanted to see Brandon versus Phil because there was a rivalry there. You wanted to see Kai versus Phil back in the day because of that deep-seated rivalry, and even some of the trash talk between the two. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys think rivalries are good for the sport of bodybuilding, or do you think a line was crossed with Blessing versus Nick? My personal opinion, I didn't see anybody really cross a line. Nothing was said that was crazy personal, at least from what I saw. I don't know if anything happened behind the scenes, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about this rivalry coming to an end. Now, next up in the news, Cedric McMillan getting surgery on his hand, with the caption, "getting his hand fixed." Now, the reason why I want to talk about this in this video was this was primarily the reason, from what I understand, this hand injury is essentially what kept Cedric from competing at the Olympia this year and continuing training for the Olympia. So this was a pretty big deal for Cedric because, of course, he missed the 2020 Mr. Olympia, and it looks like today that issue was fully addressed and he had surgery to correct whatever was wrong with his hand. I don't know what specifically was wrong with it. But this will be something to keep an eye on because I'm curious to see what Cedric's competitive future holds as far as 2021 is concerned. If we're ever going to see him on the Olympia stage again, will we see him at the Arnold this year? Will we see an Arnold happen this year, I guess, is the bigger question. We know that it's almost March now, and the Arnold's not happening the first weekend in March like it usually is, and we don't have new dates for that. Hell, we don't even have the new dates for the Olympia yet. But I've always been a big fan of Cedric, and hopefully he's able to fix his hand to the extent where he can fully train and prepare for a show, and hopefully we see him on stage in 2021. But I guess only time will tell. I mean, we still don't know when half the shows even are. But now, a word from our sponsors. Come on. Now, next up in the news, this is an interesting one. So on Digital Muscle, on their YouTube channel, an interview with Tyler Mannion, who is the VP of the IFBB and the NPC. Very important guy. Over the course of that interview, one topic that came up that I found to be pretty interesting was the topic of special invitations. Obviously, this year, the biggest special invitation being Big Ramy at the Olympia. Big Ramy then went on to win the Olympia off of that special invitation qualification. So here is a quote from that interview, courtesy of FitnessVault.com. This is what Tyler Mannion, the VP of the IFBB, had to say about future special invitations. So he admitted that Ramy's case was unique, and that it needs to be situations similar to that in order to warrant the invite. He says it's not going to get handed out unless it's really the fair thing to do for somebody. We'll see about that, but there's no random person and nobody is just going to get a special invite for no reason, especially now going forward. Listen, I'm not for free passes. Ramy was a special case. Going forward, there's got to be a really unique situation for someone to get a special invitation to the Olympia, he added. So this is an interesting topic for debate. I know a lot of you guys felt very strongly one way or the other about Ramy getting the special invitation to the Olympia this year. So let me know in the comment section below, what do you think the criteria should be for a special invitation to the Olympia? Or do you think there should be no special invitations at all to the Olympia? I'm very curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this, so let me know in the comment section down below. Now, the final story that I have for you guys today, the young bodybuilding sensation Tristan Lee posted a physique update today in preparation for his upcoming bodybuilding show. I'm not sure at this point how many weeks out he is from that show. However, he did give this physique update where he looks pretty impressive, and he also took a measurement of his body fat using a caliper test, essentially taking an average of the calipered areas and estimating his body fat to be around 5%. Now, Tristan Lee obviously is somebody that is known for being extremely lean and extremely ripped year-round. 5% to some people might seem unrealistic, but again, in this one, I'm curious to what you guys think. Do you think realistically he's 5% body fat, or do you think he's higher or lower? Personally, if I had to guess, I would say 5% is right on the money. Just looking at Tristan Lee in the past, he's always been someone that, for whatever reason, whether it's genetics or not, year-round, he seems to be ripped. You never see this guy out of shape. You never see him fat. I think part of it is he's naturally lean, genetically. And then, of course, the other big component is his diet. But I think he's someone that just naturally walks around very lean, because you always see this guy crazy vascular. He never gets fat. I mean, the fact that especially now when he's prepping for a show, he says he's 5%, so now he's dieting a little bit extra hard. He's really watching what he's eating. He's really tracking his macros. He's really tracking his workouts. I believe 5% is realistic and probably right on the money for Tristan's actual body fat percentage. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. That's going to wrap it up for the video today, guys. I hope you did, in fact, enjoy it. Please subscribe if you have not already. As always, I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.